live on Radio 104.5.
Another face that I forget as soon as I move along. Everybody makes mistakes. Am I mistaken for the way I carry on? You could show a little grace, but maybe things just went a bit too far. We are just who we are. No time for what if, so what if not? Heavy as a setting sun. Oh, I'm counting all the numbers between 0 and 1. Happy but a little lost. Well, I don't know what I don't know, so I kick my shoes off and run. 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 Kick my shoes off and you could be a happy bride and we could still be blissfully in love. Instead of being 25 and already feeling like you have had enough. You could be my one regret, infinitely spiraling me down. Sometimes the world feels loud, heavy as a setting sun. Oh, I'm counting all the numbers between 0 and 1. Happy but a little lost. Well, I don't know what I don't know, so I kick my shoes off and run. 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 Run, run, run. Run, 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 run. Off and run into the setting sun. Run, run, run to the setting sun. Run, run, run.
Sir Sly, live on Radio 104.5. Jason, Landon, Hayden. Thanks for coming in, guys, and you're here a day early.
Thanks for having us.
Are you hanging out in Philly?
Yeah, we just have this today. Other than that, I think we might try to go get some ramen with the Joywave guys.
Nice.
Later on.
Very cool.
So if you come to any ramen spot in Philadelphia, maybe you'll find us. Or maybe you'll just have delicious ramen.
Yay. Good to know. So you guys are keeping really busy. Portugal the Man, you did a remix of Tidal Wave.
Yep.
Did a song with the Knox. Can you go into that a little bit?
Yeah, we've just been trying to stay busy. I mean, I think our favorite thing to do is be in the studio and making music and writing and staying creative. We love coming out and playing shows. That's a close second favorite. But our favorite thing is to be making music. And so whenever we get an opportunity to do remixes or to work with somebody, it's always interesting to be able to try to work out something a little different. Working on our albums, we're really tight-fisted with stuff. We're a lot more particular about the way we finish things and how long it takes and everything being just so. So it's nice to be able to let loose a little bit with a remix, do something a little different, or to be able to work with the Knox and write a song that wouldn't necessarily end up on one of our records, but we're still really proud of.
Yeah. Well, it's been like a transition into writing some of the new stuff. Like we wrote that or whatever, did that Portugal the Man. We've kind of been like adding verses to a lot of these remixes and stuff. Landon has, and that one came in the middle of writing stuff for the new record. So I think it's just like doing that has been a way to spend a day like out of the pressure cooker of making an album, but still getting to be creative. Basically, it's pretty enjoyable.
Exercise your dendrites.
And Portugal the Man's like a they're like a cool up and coming band. So
yeah, like I think they're gonna have a
alright.
really
I like them.
they might finally break through next year.
I hope they do. Yeah.
so
rooting
attaching
for
ourselves to
them.
their name just seems really good for us.
Yeah, definitely.
No, it was cool. I think making those types of remixes. And stuff. It's been fun to let loose, and I think it has actually eked its way into the way that we make music for this album as well. So like all the remixes I've been putting verses on, and it ends up. I think they end up being so fun, like doing that type of verse, something that's not quite the way that we normally record things, that it's now kind of snuck its way into the way that we're making more of our own music for albums.
That's awesome. That's a nice little break and probably helps you come up with your own ideas. Jason, you're producing again?
I mean, we're still doing stuff in my studio, so.
I guess that means it.
I think Jason will always be. I mean, we work with other, like, sometimes we'll work with other people, but I think Jason will always be, like,
primary
it's always
recording
gonna be going
guru.
through, recording guru. It's always going to be flowing through Jason.
It just
and
feels
his
comfy
gear
that
in
way,
his studio.
probably.
Right, yeah.
You
Yeah.
know? So you guys have had headcount.org come out for some of the shows? Are they
Yeah.
on every
Yeah.
show?
Every show that they can be. So the voting deadlines registration deadlines have passed in
Right.
some places. But, yeah, they're coming out to most of the shows. And then Election Day happens in the middle of, or the midterms happen in the middle of tour. But, yeah.
The fact that
Great
registration dates
organization.
have passed already for certain places is a problem in and of itself, which is, I guess, what Headcount is trying to be a part of, is getting people to vote and easier access to voting and more knowledge about voting. So it's kind of a bummer that people aren't able to register closer to when voting is anyway. But yeah, we want to do our part to make sure that more people are voting and that the people in this country are better represented through that voting. And I think they seem like the best people to do it. And they're doing a lot of stuff with live music too, and
They are.
events and just being around. It seems like a general good idea that more people voting means better representation.
For sure. I like that you're doing it. I think that's really cool. Want to do another song?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Sir Sly's live on Radio
Go
104.5.
vote for the legalization of this stuff.
This.
One, two, three. I've been smoking on the peace pipe. I've been wondering just what would peace be like. I've been staring into headlights that swallow me whole. I'm finding my peace of mind. I'm just trying to seize the moment, trying to love the little things, even if they're hard to love. Monument to love unspoken, carved in stone, unwilling to come undone. Feels good to be running from the devil. Another breath and I'm up another level. Feels good to be up above the clouds. It feels good for the first time in a long time now. Oh, 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 oh. I remember back in Oakland, I was lying there in rapture on the bathroom floor, moving hotel to hotel, out on the road, no idea really what's in store. So light it up just like a flashlight, let it shine, let it rise just like a foreign sun. Turn it over and it's capsized. It's finally done. Battle's lost, yet I feel I won. Feels good to be running from the devil. Another breath and I'm up another level. Feels good to be up above the clouds. It feels good for the first time in a long time now. Oh, 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 ceiling. Sending my love, what a wonderful feeling. What comes next? I see a light. Well, I'm along for the ride as I'm taking flight. I'm high, staring at the ceiling. Sending my love, what a wonderful feeling. What comes next? I see a light. I'm along for the ride as I'm taking flight. Feels good to be running from the devil. Another breath and I'm up another level. Feels good to be up above the clouds. It feels good for the first time in a long time now. Oh, 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 oh. Feels good for the first time in a long time for me. Oh, 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 oh. Feels good for the first time in a while I'm free. I'm high, staring at the ceiling. Sending my love, what a wonderful feeling. What comes next? I see a light. I'm along for the ride as I'm taking flight.
Love it. Sir Sly, live on Radio 104.5 in the AT&T Thanks Sound Studio. Was that song featured? I was watching, I don't remember at this point because everything's just blending. I don't know if I was watching an NFL game or if it was an NBA game, but I heard that song. What was it?
I think NFL.
Was it NFL?
Yeah.
They don't pay us though.
What?
Yeah, they played our song in the Super Bowl and didn't pay us.
Oh my God, it was the Super Bowl.
true.
Duh.
And they tried to claim ephemeral use too. I mean, we don't know. I mean,
Well,
we're
no, they-
assuming they use ephemeral use. Like they're
That's
covered.
like, yeah.
They're covered under it. But the fact that they're pretending like they didn't at least plan to possibly use that song. If you plan to use a song, it's not ephemeral use.
For sure.
Yeah, like radio, you guys are good folks. You plan to use a song, and then there's a process.
We're
you know,
good
right?
people.
Like they should have to. They
Get
should have
paid
to
for
pay
it.
That's
us. But it's
crazy.
okay. We're still happy.
I'm sure they don't
Yeah.
have the money for it though. They've been really hurting.
No,
The
don't get me
Super Bowl
started with
brings
that.
in like nothing. It's a break even.
It's like-
When I have to go back to a
honestly.
coffee shop during album 4 while we're making album 4 and I have to go back to pay my rent and I'm working at a coffee shop, I'll be like, you GD Super Bowl.
I remember though when
Here's your latte.
they literally like that's
Come
just,
again soon.
It's the NFL is just a whole nother topic for a whole nother day. Okay, so the show is tonight. Not tonight. It is tomorrow at the TLA. Who's going? I know there's some people in here that are going to that. Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
We got
awesome.
couple in
an
here.
OG You Haunt Me shirt here. We
Yeah.
got some OG merch right
Wow.
here.
Is
that Mike the Mayor?
Yes.
Oh.
Thank you. A sign.
And it's signed?
Wow.
Mike is the best. Okay, show is tomorrow at the TLA. Slywave. It is going to be so much fun. Can we still find tickets? Is there a way that we can still find tickets?
Yeah, there's some
I think
tickets
there's still
up. They're-
tickets available.
but they're going healthily.
Okay.
Yeah, I would walk, not run. Maybe run though.
And run, I
Yeah.
should.
Find them in your usual places.
Like
Okay.
a speed walk.
Okay. Cool. Speed walk. Definitely do that.
Speed walk to get some
Maybe after
tickets
this,
for tomorrow
Razor
night.
maybe after
scooters.
hearing our beautiful voices on the interview, there'll be no tickets left. I mean, this interview's been great by us, so I think we're coming.
Yeah.
I think that's great. You know what? Let's end it on the FM waves here. For everybody tuning in, you can continue to watch Sir Sly perform a little bit more over at radio1045.com. But for everybody else, give it up one more time for
Buy
Sir
some
Sly.
tickets.
We're going to head it back to the studio. Thank you guys so much
Go
for tuning
vote.
in, and thanks for being here.
Go vote.
Go vote.
Go vote.
Sweet. We're clear. Oh, awesome.
Thank you.
Oh, you're the best, the best, the best. Okay.
Wait, are you Mike the Mayor?
Yes, he's Mike.
That's Mike the Mayor. Oh, truthfully, I didn't recognize you without the hat. I was like, I've met Mike the Mayor. Is that Mike the Mayor? That's amazing.
He's of Radio
What's up,
104.5
dude?
folklore
Yeah.
legend. Wow, I remember jumping up during and run, and I was like, or I was high, and I was like, oh my God, Sir Sly's on TV! What the hell? And I couldn't remember if I was watching the Sixers or I was watching the Eagles, whatever.
Yeah.
Let's not talk about the Eagles game yesterday, though. We'll move on.
Please, let's not.
Let's not. Do you guys want to do another?
I watch a lot of football. Nobody else in the band watches
No.
football, and so I'm usually watching it on the bus TV, and they're like, "Can we play
like-
Xbox?"
I'm 28 years old, and I feel like that old guy who wants to relive his glory days of playing I played 1 year of high school football, and it was a fun time. But now every time I see football, I'm like, it's just so much better to play it.
Screw them.
Like, did I tell you the time I was in the paper?
Oh, were you?
Landon did lead the Pacific Coast League in
What
receiving for
position?
a week.
For 1 week.
What were you?
That was my glory days.
Wide
I was a
receiver.
wide receiver.
No way.
Yeah, I decided to play football my final year of high school, and the coach, I walked in and I was wearing these little cutoff shorts and a tank top, and I had like some kind of gross like high school beard.
Oh yeah.
And I had like a side bag, like a little satchel bag, and I was like, "Hey, I heard you guys need wide receivers," and he was like, "Yeah, that's a fact, but." He's like, I'm not sure the position's really for you. How many have you ever played football before? I was like, I played like flag football growing up. I was like, but I can catch. And he's like, okay. And he's like, I guess come to practice later today. I was like, sure. So I ended up coming, and then I ended up starting on the team the whole season. And then at the end he was like, Landon. He's like, I really learned a lesson in judging a book by its cover. He's like, I won't do. He's like, I thought like, who the hell is this kid? Like, what does he think he's doing? And I was like, no, you should probably keep on judging books by their covers. When it comes to like athleticism, it's like very rarely you're gonna find the guy who comes in like this, like, yeah, I'm gonna be a member of the football team. That's probably not gonna work out about 9 times out of 10.
That's actually what Gold is about. Gold is about Landon's failed football dreams.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. When we play it, like really listen to the lyrics. It's very literal.
I'm
It's
dreaming of
exactly
Maybach
about
cruising.
football.
How you think I'm gonna buy a Maybach off of this, off the money I'm making off music? No way.
Oh my
I'd need an
God.
NFL career.
All right, it's not
can't.
about that.
Or a failed NFL career, and then a Nike commercial for that. Well, it was failed, and in fairness, I'm on his side. I think it was failed because they blackballed him, because nobody wanted to work with him.
Totally. Yes, I know. I'm all about the Nike commercials. I'm fine with those. I hope you guys are too.
It's capitalism masquerading as like ethical moralism. I'd rather have a company selling something good though than selling shitty things to make money, but they're only doing it to make money. And they have.
I kind of think that's important that you guys talk about that stuff, by the way. And I know we're here for a studio session, but it is important to know that the band that you like is actually intellectual and understands these things. Can we give it up for Professor Landon and Sir Sly 101?
That's a really unnuanced view of everything. I'm sure there's a lot more to say about it, but I don't know. It seems like an okay thing to be able to kneel during the national anthem. He asked like a former what was it, Army vet? He asked like a few people about it, and they were like, yeah, just kneel. Don't sit.
Yeah.
Kneel. That shows more respect. He's like, okay. Then he went out and did it, and everyone's like, no way, buddy boy. Not during my favorite song.
Nope. Where do we go
What do
from
I
here?
Do you want to play
Well,
Gold?
this song about football.
Yeah.
Why don't you
song
play
about
the song
football.
about football?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
This is a song about my failed football career. Oh. Yeah, I start this one.
Yeah,
I totally forgot about
that's
that.
you.
My mouth is made of metal, metal, metal. Pocket full of yellow, yellow. Pocket full of gold, and I hope you find your dream. Yeah. So what did you say back to me? I'm dreaming of Maybach cruising, maybe talking crazy, but I want it. 100,000 ways of choosing who the hell is out and who's in trouble. Maybe I'm too subtle. My mouth is made of metal, metal, metal. Pocket full of yellow, yellow. Pocket full of gold, and I hope you find your dream. And I'll never settle, settle, settle. Chasing down the devil, devil. Chasing down the gods, and I hope you find your dream. I'm living like a silent movie. Shut your mouth and see straight through me. Finding that you're hiding in your money. I got a million ways of losing, but nothing in my life worth proving. chasing, all my time is wasted. My mouth is made of metal, metal, metal. Pocket full of yellow, yellow. Pocket full of gold, and I hope you find your dream. And I'll never settle, settle, settle. I'm chasing down the devil, devil. Chasing down the gods, and I hope you find your dream. Yeah. It's the push and the pull, it's the rise and the fall. I don't know you a single thing, I don't know you anything. It's the push and the pull, it's the big and the small. I don't know you a single thing, not a goddamn thing. My mouth is made of metal, metal, metal. Pocket full of yellow, yellow. Pocket full of gold, and I hope you find your dream. And I'll never settle, settle, settle. Chasing down the devil, devil. Chasing down the gods, that I hope you find your dream. Yeah.
Sir Sly, live on radio1045.com. Hayden, is that an iPhone with a thing that you can make sounds with?
It's called a pocket operator. It's made by Teenage Engineering, in case you want one. I don't have there's nothing special behind that. I'm just telling you where it's from.
Teenage Engineering.
Yeah.
Oh God, I want to look that up. That is so cool.
They're fairly inexpensive.
Yeah, they're like $40.
What they do.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Thanks.
All right. Blah 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 blah. Show is tomorrow. We're so excited for that. And anything else? Anybody else? Anything else? What? Yeah, ask him what.
You can ask me.
Yeah, we can have some questions.
What was it like to play in Austin City Limits?
Oh, that was the best show of our lives. The second weekend.
That was
I think it was the biggest crowd.
The first
ever
weekend
played
was
for.
amazing, and then the second weekend was the best show of my life.
Yeah.
That was crazy. Yeah, I did. And the first weekend, I climbed the scaffolding on the side of the stage, and then they got cut on the stage we played the second weekend. They were covered by these big like canvas kind of panels. They were like, "Oh, look, you can't climb."
Is that why they did it? You think?
And I was like,
No, our manager
was like-
texted us and he said, "Hey, maybe go out into the crowd instead of climbing."
Yeah.
was all he said. He wasn't there, and then he was.
It was like,
and
like
we
at
didn't, respond.
Lollapalooza,
We're
you
like,
didn't
"Eh."
climb anything because the stage wasn't climbable. He's like, or second weekend of Coachella, they asked me specifically not to climb. They said don't. Nobody asked me specifically for ACL, and I was like, I'm sorry, guys. We got our stage upgraded. You think I'm gonna do less this weekend? There's no way. And so they was like, yeah, maybe go out into the crowd. And I sent back, sorry guys, I have to climb. I have a need to climb. And then we got to the stage and it was covered, and I was like, oh no, what am I gonna do? And then I was like, oh, maybe I'll just run down through the center. And then I keep following my eyes, and I'm like, oh. I was like, that's what I'm gonna climb. It's like the the bird's nest where they have the camera guys for the bigger sets later in the night.
Oh my God.
There's the scaffolding that goes up to there, and I was like, that's easy. Everyone always asks me aren't you scared? Aren't you scared you're gonna fall? I'm like, I've never fallen off a ladder in my life, and that's just a really big ladder. If I do fall, that's kind of the way they can say he went out doing what he loved,
That's the way. That's a way to go.
just behaving
Oh.
recklessly.
Definitely. All right, listen, we love having you guys here. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
being here, coming
Thanks for the
in,
support.
day off, just hanging out with us. Show is tomorrow at the TLA. Slywave. Floor Cash is added on, and we're excited for this. So thank you for stopping by. Give it one more time for Sir Sly. Radio1045.com.